Breaking news happening right now as we have a crackhead on the loose in the city of Chicago, giving out items laced with high fructose corn syrup, of course promoting the obesity epidemic that has plagued this nation so severely. Wait, hold on. Wait, that's not a crackhead. That's the mayor of Chicago, one of the most deadliest places to exist in all of the United States, classifying herself as the, quote, Ronut Destroyer? Self-congratulating herself as some kind of superhero? Wow, how very humble and virtuous of her to do this. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Rudowski of WeAreChange.org, and just when you thought our reality couldn't get any stranger, 33 days before the U.S. election, on a full moon, we have Donald Trump testing positive for the conholio sickness. Literally, this sounds like a fictional dystopian movie playing out in real life, and that's why in this video we will be talking about the continuity of government, the larger questions actually surrounding these tests, what to expect, and some of the theories out there that are very important to consider, especially moving forward to understand what's really going on here. Yeah, lots to get into, and if you noticed, I called the sickness the conholio sickness and not by its actual name. That is mainly because of YouTube censorship efforts that have been plaguing us, downranking us in the algorithm, shadow banning us, and of course also 100% demonetizing us. And because of that, we decided to work with good companies that provide a good service, and one of them is BioTrust's collagen. I actually have been taking collagen for a while. I literally put it in my smoothie or coffee every morning. I personally noticed a big difference with my hair after using it for a number of years now. It's really a staple for me, especially after doing a lot of research into gut health. I've been doing a lot of different things like fasting and of course also taking bone broth, as well as exercising and sleeping well and taking collagen every morning, which I've been seeing a lot of different results from. This has helped me. I think it may help you, and that's why you should check out BioTrust from our specific URL link, which also supports this channel. Right now, they are running some specials, and of course, they also have very fair prices. So yeah, check out BioTrust. The link is down below in the description, and of course, also in the comments. There's also a video you could watch on this topic, which will also be linked down below. So, obviously, everyone in the rest of the world is just obviously stunned with this news that Donald Trump has the conholio sickness. There's a lot of people worried about Donald Trump's health, mainly because he is a 74-year-old man who brags about McDonald's fries that he accredits to, quote, retaining his hair. Yes, Donald Trump, this is not a joke, credits McDonald's fries that, by the way, don't decompose in decades for the reason why he still has his hair. Now, I know some people attribute collagen to helping their hair, but I have never seen anyone talk about McDonald's being responsible for any positive health effects. Now, last night, the U.S. president went on Fox News, specifically talking to Sean Hannity, telling him that he just took a conholio test. Afterwards, it was announced that he and his wife were going into quarantine, and now, just moments ago, tweeting that him and his wife tested positive and that they will get through this together. This is all coming in after the news of one of his staffers that just tested positive. We also are getting the news right now that U.S. Senator Mike Lee, that had contacts with the president, also tested positive, but Joe Biden has not. Now, with the news of this coming in, some people were worried, and then some people oddly started celebrating and being vitriolic for some reason. Chinese Communist government officials have actually been gloating about this news as well. Even individuals connected to Hillary Clinton and the Barack Obama White House tweeted that they hope the U.S. president dies because of this. The Washington Post was also accused of being extremely insensitive by tweeting after the announcement of this an opinion piece that was titled, quote, "Imagine what it would be like to never have to think about Trump again." They issued, of course, a statement and also made everyone aware this article was written Thursday and released through an automated program that they run themselves. But nonetheless, it's definitely concerning seeing a lot of people respond this way. And this should really, truly tell you where this country is. And I think Brett Weinstein said it best when he said, quote, no American should crow about the president contracting a deadly disease. Fragility of our leaders, our process, and our sense of national unity are critically vulnerable. If we don't stop demonizing each other, we will soon rediscover what it's like to face real enemies. And I think Brett really made a good point, especially with all the uncertainty and chaos unfolding in front of us. Since this, of course, raises a lot of important questions, like what would happen if Trump becomes medically incapacitated? Well, of course, we have the continuity of government, which is already being prepared for, as Nancy Pelosi was contacted by the White House to be given the specific protocols that, by the way, were updated by George W. Bush in 2007. But if Donald Trump can't hold office and is medically incapacitated, he would be able to cede his power to his vice president by writing a letter to the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, declaring that he is unable to carry out his duties. If this happens, Pence would then assume the role of acting president, and then Trump could, of course, reclaim his powers when he submits another letter following those similar protocols. Now, say even if Mike Pence and even Nancy Pelosi below him get sick and can't hold their political positions, there are even already other procedures in play right now that, of course, could be utilized, specifically with the military taking over. This is, of course, something we don't want, and we have to ask ourselves, will it happen? Well, most likely not. But with the way 2020 has been going, you don't know what could happen at any time right now. Now, Donald Trump most likely will follow the 14-day CDC recommended quarantine, which would, of course, cancel the next upcoming presidential debate, which already there is a lot of consideration about it happening through a potential Zoom call, since, of course, the next presidential debate is slated for October 15th in Miami. We are also getting the news that the Trump rallies have been canceled throughout the United States, and there's a lot of uncertainty to what's going to happen next. And I believe there should be more uncertainty, especially when it comes to the test, because before we go anywhere, we need to understand that the tests that are being done are massively inconclusive. As previously before, we had many prominent politicians, like the governor of Ohio, that literally tested positive in one test and then negative in a second. There's individuals who lined up to be tested that left the line because it was too long, that got phone calls from government agencies telling them that they tested positive for a test that they never took. With the NFL, we had them recording 77 positive results for the conholio sickness, only for them to come back later as negative results. In Tanzania, goats came back positive for this sickness, as well as fruit and other inanimate objects that they tested. And in Brazil, we have a president that also allegedly went through the conholio sickness, tested positive and then negative, and now is testing positive again, with absolute mixed results that are absolutely perplexing and head-scratching. How can we trust these tests when they keep coming up inconclusive all the time? In China, they're literally having entire festivals. No masks, no social gathering, no one cares about this conholio sickness, but here in the United States, we have record high numbers. We have now the U.S. president affected by this. And on the night of Donald Trump being proclaimed to be sick with the conholio sickness, he's fairly upbeat. He doesn't look sick at all. He's dancing around. He's full of energy. He gave a whole long speech to a full crowd of individuals waiting to, of course, hear him. So until we actually know what's going on with the conholio sickness with these tests, it's best not to jump to any conclusions. And because the data is so inaccurate, because it keeps flip-flopping by all these government agencies, because there's so much inconsistencies, there's a lot of things that we don't know. There's an empty gap with a lack of understanding and knowledge and information. You, of course, will have it filled by a vacuum of theories. And that's exactly what we have right now, and we have some really delusional ones, as espoused by U.S. Senator Chris Murphy, that is literally talking about how Vladimir Putin will be the official surrogate of the Trump campaign. Again, just spewing off delusions in this insanity. A lot of Democrats and liberals are claiming that this is Trump faking his test. And of course, who really knows, since everything is in question. Some people believe that this latest news could actually help Donald Trump. Some people are saying it could actually hurt him. Not being healthy has has hurt Hillary Clinton in the last presidential election. I think that's very fair to say. But according to individuals like Michael Moore, Donald Trump is an evil genius who's lying about his test results in order to postpone the election. Now, that's a theory and also paranoia espoused all in one. Lots of theories going out there, but if you ask yourself, what would you do if you were a reality TV star with a fading show, the show being, of course, the American political system, if you were running society on a string, what better way than to have an October surprise, get everyone watching and participating once again? Now, how these events unfold are going to be critical to analyzing them and seeing exactly what is happening. Of course, we will keep you updated. Will Trump now dominate the headlines every minute for the next 14 days about his health and his well-being, and then emerged cured, healthier than ever because of hydroxychloroquine? Will he become sick and allow Mike Pence to take over? Will he postpone the election? Well, that's a little bit far-fetched. I don't think that's going to happen. But with the way 2020 is unfolding, we could definitely expect anything and everything, as 2020 sure as hell is a very interesting year. Prepare accordingly. And if you thought I did a good job with this video, share it with your friends and family members. It's more important than ever. It's one of the reasons I'm still here. And I wouldn't if you weren't sharing it. If you weren't click that little link, clicking the URL, going to whatever app you're using to communicate with people, and just sending them this video being like, hey, check out all these crazy theories about what's really going on right now. And because you still do that, I am still here. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.